Hey everybody, I'm here today to talk to you about the 5 most important driving skills to master. In this video, I'll be going over 5 important driving skills that you should master. These driving skills will allow you to have the highest chance at passing your driving test and getting your license. And if you already have your license, these driving skills and mastering them will allow you to be an amazing, an incredible, and safe driver. Now let's get right to it. Some of these driving skills are specific, and some of them are sort of these broad skills that will help you in all areas of driving. Let's get right into it. Driving skill number 1 that's important to master is anticipation. It is so important to be able to anticipate what's going to happen. Now, there's an old phrase that I'm going to paraphrase it. It goes something like, you shouldn't drive based on what is happening. You should drive based on what could be happening. And that means that you should anticipate. Now, here's an easy way to figure out whether or not you're anticipating while you're driving. When you're driving, think about this. Just think about this and assess yourself. When you're driving, what are you focusing on in front of you? Are you looking around at the landmarks? Are you looking at the car in front of you? Or are you looking at 3, 4, 5, 6 cars in front of you? If you want to anticipate properly, your main focus should be many cars in front of you. Okay? Now, it's okay to go and look to the side at the store, to glance to the side. It's okay to, check out the car in front of you if you want to see the car in front of you, if it's a nice car, let's say. But your main focus, most of the time, the focus should be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars in front of you. However many cars in front of you can see and focus on, that's where your focus should be. Because when they brake, 5, 6, 7 cars in front of you, when they brake, that means everybody else is going to brake too, and you will have advance notice because you're looking up ahead. Now, it's a little bit easier in vehicles that are taller up than vehicles that are shorter, and it also depends on the height of the vehicle in front of you. If you're driving in a low vehicle and the vehicle in front of you is really tall, it's harder to see up ahead. But with that being said, I'm just talking about generally most of the time, okay? Driving skill number 2 that it's important to master is smooth steering. Now, when you first are learning how to drive, obviously your steering isn't going to be so smooth. You're learning. But as you learn, as you practice, your steering should be smoother. That means that your steering should be smoother for lane changes. Your steering should be smoother for turning right and turning left. Your steering should also be smoother for U-turns and 3-point turns and just generally driving down the street. Let's say there's a curve in the road. You should be able to anticipate the curvature and steer through it smoothly. So your passengers shouldn't be going left to right a lot. Your steering should be really smooth. And with that being said, that's a great way to gauge. Just look at your passengers as you're turning, as you're changing lanes. If they're like pretty much in the same spot, that's a good way to know that your steering is smooth. When you're turning, of course, your passengers are going to be moving to one side because that's the way that gravity works, but they shouldn't be like being thrown around. You need to make sure that your steering is as smooth as possible because smooth steering will help you with everything. It'll help you with lane changes, with turning, all various types of maneuvers, with parking the car. It will help you in all areas. The third driving skill that you should master is smooth braking and acceleration. Now, like I said with smooth steering, when you're first learning to drive, obviously your braking and accelerating is going to be a little bit, back and forth. It's going to be a little bit rough per se, but what I'm talking about is as you gain experience as a driver, whether you don't have your license yet or you've already passed your driving test and you still want to improve, your braking and acceleration should be very smooth. And the best way to do this is if you're driving a manual car, obviously you have to figure out your gas clutch balance. But if you're driving an automatic car, just smooth everything out. When you're pressing the gas pedal, don't just press it down. Obviously, it's not going to be smooth acceleration. Ease into it. Treat it with respect. Be nice to those pedals. When you're pressing the brake pedal, whether it's an automatic car or manual car, press the brake pedal nice and smoothly. Now, the best thing that I recommend, and obviously, braking safely trumps everything. Braking safely is your main concern, okay? But when you're braking safely, if you want to brake smoothly, the key is to predict the distance and how much you need to press the pedal. Because if you press the pedal and then you realize, oh wow, I have to press the pedal even more, then what happens is, you're gonna be thrown forward. If you want to brake smoothly, then you have to be able to press the pedal at a certain point and basically hold it there, and you'll know that you're gonna brake on time. That's how you brake smoothly, okay? Take some practice. Let's move forward. Number 4, the 4th driving skill to master is reverse parking. Now, most of the time, people are better at forward parking than reverse parking until they've practiced reverse parking over and over. I mean, like naturally, when you first are learning to drive, people are going to be better at forward parking most of the time than reverse parking. And that's why I said reverse parking. I also think you should be reverse parking more often, and I'll tell you why. When you are reverse parking, you see the parking space, you see that it's empty, you are parking into a confined space, okay? A set area that you can be pretty certain is empty because you've looked there, you're checking your mirrors, you've already seen the parking space, you know, as you're driving up to it, you see it, you check your mirrors, you turn your head, so you know that it's safe to reverse into there for the most part. And then when you drive forward, you have full vision in front of you and to the sides as you creep forward. Now, if you're forward parking, then you forward park and you know that it's safe to do it because you see the parking spot, you park in it. But then when you're reversing out, you don't really know. It's not a confined space. There can be cars, there can be pedestrians coming from all directions. So with that being said, that's why I recommend reverse parking every time. And I pretty much almost always reverse park. As you can see right now, I'm reverse parked. So reverse park as much as possible and master that driving skill, because a lot of people don't reverse park because they don't feel comfortable doing it. So master the skill so you feel comfortable doing it and reverse park. It's as simple as that. Last but not least, driving skill number 5 that you should master if you want to be a better and safer driver is to separate your emotions from your driving actions. Now, so many people, especially when they first get their license, if they get their license as a young person, like as a teenager, they have trouble doing this. Let's say something awesome happens. You know, you go and you go to work and you get a raise. You're pumped up, you're excited. If your emotions go through to your driving, you're going to drive faster. You're going to be a little bit more aggressive. You're going to be a little bit more unsafe. So with that being said, you have to be able to say, these are my emotions. This is my driving. If you have a bad day, you have a rough day, you know, you might be super angry. And what happens is if someone cuts you off, you might experience road rage because you were already angry to begin with. So you have to take your driving actions and maneuvers and separate them completely from your emotions, like one and one, separate entities. Here's the fence. Your emotions are on this side. Your driving actions and maneuvers are on this side. And it's as simple as that. Those are the 5, in my opinion, most important driving skills to master. Now, like I said, I've placed a few that are specific towards certain things about driving and a few that are more sort of broad driving skills that will apply to every aspect of driving. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think down below as a comment. What are some other important driving skills to master? Let me know as a comment down below. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.